Managers provide a statement of policy relating to the health and safety program. This statement offers a commitment and philosophy that sets expectations for health and safety performance throughout the company. They maintain overall control of the health and safety program. Managers ensure all established health and safety policies are administered and enforced. They ensure that all field operations personnel know and effectively practice the policies and procedures set out in the health and safety program, which are by applicable legislated standards. Managers verify that reported incidents and unsafe acts or conditions have been effectively handled. They ensure policies, practices, and procedures are reviewed annually. Superintendents ensure the appropriate health and safety policies are implemented at each project location. They ensure that the highest performance standards are maintained according to their job site health and safety program. They're also responsible for the performance of safety personnel and equipment on their project sites. Superintendents implement a site health and safety program and develop a clear understanding of each foreman or supervisor's responsibilities and specific duties. They must be knowledgeable about and responsible for compliance with all legislation, codes of practice, and best practices. Superintendents hold at least one bi-weekly safety meeting with supervisors to review safety conditions and general health and safety policies. They ensure that sub-trades and supervisors conduct weekly toolbox meetings. Where there are only a few workers, superintendents shall conduct a weekly toolbox meeting with all project personnel in attendance. They arrange to record the minutes of meetings and forward copies to the manager. Superintendents observe daily health and safety activities related to the project. They validate that reported incidents and unsafe acts or conditions have been effectively dealt with. Superintendents accompany the government OH&S inspector or designate during a project inspection. If they are unavailable, superintendents will assign another supervisor to the inspection. They must know the health and safety hazards and communicate them to the affected workers, including short-term, temporary, and new workers who may be new to construction activities. Superintendents ensure that new workers receive detailed health and safety instructions before they are allowed to start work. They assign new workers to work with others who are familiar with the project and aware of any specific rules and legislation in force. Superintendents formulate a detailed hiring routine for all new workers, which includes reviewing the project rules and applicable legislation before the workers start work, known as new hire orientation. Supervisors and foremen provide safe working conditions for all workers under their supervision. They provide workers with instructions on safe work procedures. Supervisors require workers to wear personal protective equipment, such as hard hats, safety glasses, fire retardant coveralls, or other necessary items, as part of their routine duties. They advise workers to report any incidents, unsafe acts, or conditions to their supervisor so corrective measures can be implemented. Supervisors correct worksite conditions which are liable to cause or have caused incidents. They effectively deal with any incident, unsafe acts, or situations that have been reported. Supervisors investigate incidents to determine root causes. They report in detail to the superintendent and complete the required report forms promptly. Supervisors provide a good example for workers by always directing and performing work safely. They conduct regular inspections for unsafe practices and conditions and ensure prompt corrective action to eliminate causes of incidents. Supervisors work with other project supervisory personnel to determine safe practices, enforce their use, develop disciplinary procedures for dealing with violations, and develop other general safety and incident prevention measures. They give each worker information on their job hazards and how to avoid them. Supervisors maintain a housekeeping standard and assign specific cleaning and organizing responsibilities to individuals. They enforce all established safety legislation and work methods. Supervisors take disciplinary action when necessary to ensure compliance with the rules. They provide a minimum of one recorded toolbox meeting a week with their crew. Workers must carry out their work in a manner that does not create a hazard to their health and safety or the health and safety of other workers. They should assist site supervision in reducing and controlling unsafe acts and conditions on the worksite. Workers must immediately report any incidents, unsafe acts, or unsafe conditions to their supervisor so that corrective measures can be implemented. Additionally, they need to report any anticipated loss of work time to their supervisor as soon as possible after being treated by a physician following an injury. And, of course, they must follow legislative requirements while performing their assigned duties. Safety officers are responsible for the daily administration of the program on site. They post all health and safety bulletins, posters, rules, and applicable legislation. They also assist project superintendents in investigating incidents and preparing incident reports and summaries. Safety officers ensure relevant reports are submitted as required and prepare written descriptions of identified unsafe conditions and the steps taken to correct these conditions. They maintain a list of health and safety equipment purchased and file a copy of inspection checklists. It's crucial that they ensure corrective action is taken whenever deficiencies, such as incidents and unsafe acts or conditions, are identified or reported. Where applicable, they assist with health and safety seminars or training like WHMIS or ATV. They maintain current knowledge of health and safety literature, legislation, and codes of practice. Safety officers also review incident reports, staying informed about project and company health and safety performance. They order all first aid supplies and equipment and coordinate the transport of injured workers to a physician's office or hospital. Finally, they provide health education materials and instruction to all on-site workers as required. It's important to note that these duties become part of the superintendent's duties on projects without a safety administrator. First aid personnel administer first aid as required. They maintain a first aid log and assist the foreman or safety advisor when necessary.